In this training, we'll focus on raising mental health awareness and support. Before diving in though, let's consider an astounding statistic. Did you know that 1 out of 4 people worldwide experience mental health issues at some point during their life? Mental health concerns affect more of us than we often realize. Mental health involves people from all backgrounds, regardless of industry or origin. Statistically, workers across the various services fields, healthcare, manufacturing, and several trade fields are at higher risk due to the nature of their work. Throughout this training, we'll examine ways we can create environments that prioritize our emotional well-being. During our time together, we'll discuss a few key topics. We'll start by demystifying mental health. Facing challenges is a reality of being human. We all have ups and downs in life, and our mental health plays a major role in how we cope with them. Unfortunately, there are challenges we need to face. We'll cover stigmas surrounding mental health and how they can prevent people from seeking help or even discussing the topic openly. We'll also talk about how we can create a supportive workplace culture. When people understand mental health better, they are more likely to be compassionate and supportive. Prioritizing mental health can create a powerful ripple effect that benefits individuals and organizations alike. So let's start our journey together by supporting one another while creating a workplace culture that truly values mental well-being. Mental health is central to being human. Our emotional, psychological, and social well-being all depends on its proper care. But mental wellness extends further than our daily challenges. Finding balance is also about experiencing overall well-being. Just like we take care of our physical bodies, we also need to take care of our minds and emotions. That's where building a supportive workplace culture comes in handy. Have you ever stopped to consider just how central work is to your daily life and perception of your self-worth and purpose? We typically spend more time each week interacting within a workplace culture, so it's no wonder the work environment is so important to our sense of self and mental well-being. Not only is our work important, but how we feel while doing it is equally critical. Promoting an atmosphere that prioritizes mental health demonstrates our concern not only for productivity, but also creates a setting where we can flourish both professionally and emotionally. Your first instinct may be to wait until issues arise before taking any action, but that can often be misguided. Instead, being proactive by taking care of our emotional well-being before issues develop into larger crises is often most helpful. By supporting health and resilience early on, we can reduce stress while building stronger connections within our organizations, helping to create a place where everyone feels supported. Now that we understand the basics of mental health and the significance of an inclusive workplace culture, let's delve deeper into some common mental health challenges we may experience as professionals. In this next section, we'll investigate these obstacles while also breaking down stigmas around mental health and uncover valuable insights together. If you think you've seen some mental health concerns within your own organization, you're not alone. Mental health considerations are something many people face at work. Stress, anxiety, and burnout are just a few examples. It's important to acknowledge these challenges and create a supportive environment. Why is workplace culture so vital for mental health? We've already acknowledged that work is where we spend a meaningful part of our time, and it greatly affects our lives. However, it's also important to recognize that the stressors we may face in our personal lives affect our mental well-being too. These pressures don't magically disappear when we step into the workplace. Rather, they tend to accompany us, often affecting our overall performance and productivity. By understanding that employees bring their whole selves to work, including personal challenges outside the office, organizations can foster an atmosphere of acceptance and support by encouraging open dialogue about mental health. Doing this can result in providing the necessary resources and assistance to those in need. This brings us to one of the greatest concerns around mental health stigmas. Unfortunately, it occurs in many companies, causing people to hesitate when looking for help or support. Stigma can create a culture of silence and make it hard for us to open up about our struggles. So how can we address these pitfalls and maintain a strong work setting? First, we need to break down these stigmas. By promoting open conversations and educating ourselves and others about mental health, we can create a situation where everyone feels comfortable seeking assistance. Next, we need to be knowledgeable of potential pitfalls that can hinder a healthy work atmosphere. These may involve excessive workload, unrealistic expectations, lack of work-life balance, and insufficient resources or support. By identifying and acknowledging these concerns, we can build a more supportive workplace culture. It's important to be aware of these difficulties and take steps to limit them. Some issues run deeper than stress. Common mental health issues like depression and anxiety may have underlying causes that cannot be addressed outside of the clinical setting. But by proactively addressing mental health concerns, we can create a workplace that promotes prosperity and supports the mental health of every person involved. This may involve improving mental health benefits and access to other resources. Now that we've discussed common mental health hurdles, let's focus on developing an encouraging work culture. By facing these obstacles and creating an environment that fosters employees' mental well-being, we can provide a space that prioritizes emotional health for everyone. Next up, we will go over strategies for increasing awareness and decreasing stigmas surrounding mental health in the workplace. Let's examine some strategies to raise awareness, reduce stigmas, facilitate open dialogue, and support mental health in the workplace. In regard to awareness of stigma reduction, education plays an essential part. By offering resources about mental health, we can break down some of the existing misconceptions. Engaging in open conversations about mental health helps normalize its importance and makes it simpler for individuals to ask for help when needed. Our aim is to foster a system of acceptance and understanding where everyone feels welcome to express themselves freely without judgment or discrimination. Every organization should make workplace resources available, such as employee assistance programs or EAPs, or access to mental health professionals that provide advice, counseling, and assistance for anyone experiencing challenges with their emotional health. These assets provide guidance, counseling, and support for anyone experiencing challenges. In terms of stress management, adopting healthy work-life practices such as encouraging breaks from work and supporting active coping mechanisms is vital in maintaining good mental health. Self-care can often get overlooked in our hectic daily lives. Mental health should be top of mind for each and every one of us. Crisis management and emergency procedures related to mental health should also be in place, just like they exist for physical emergencies. Establishing safety procedures helps protect everyone involved. And lastly, let's not forget about our remote workers. They face unique challenges that require ongoing support as well. Remote work should never serve as an excuse for lack of mental health culture and support. Regardless of location, everyone deserves access to resources for their mental well-being. Remote workers deserve the same level of support as those working on site. And as we wrap up our journey in learning to build a supportive workplace culture, it's important to emphasize the necessity of supporting mental health for everyone, regardless of your work setting. All of the strategies we discussed contribute towards creating a positive mental health culture. So let's finish up our journey by reinforcing the importance of supporting mental health and recognizing its universal relevance in every work environment. In this training, we've talked about the importance of understanding and prioritizing mental health in the workplace. We've highlighted that mental health is central to our overall well-being and that building a supportive workplace culture is crucial for both productivity and emotional thriving. During our time together, we emphasized the need for proactive care of our emotional well-being to prevent issues from escalating, address common mental health concerns and pitfalls in the workplace, such as stress, anxiety, burnout, and the stigma surrounding mental health, and discussed some strategies to build a supportive workplace culture, no matter our work environment. Together, we've covered a lot of ground on the significance of mental health in the workplace. You should now have some ideas on practical strategies to create an environment where everyone feels valued and supported. Check with your supervisor or human resources officer to see what other resources may be available to address your own mental health needs and contribute to the conversation on building a positive and supportive workplace culture.